Thank you very much, and I'll give the floor to Indonesia. Djani, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sven, President. My delegation also wishes to thank the Special Envoy, Geir Pedersen, for his briefing and, of course, commend him and his team for their continued efforts in facilitating this way for the political process in Syria, particularly during this challenging time with COVID-19. We have taken note what Geir said, that there is a widespread sense that the international competition is more prominent than cooperation, with Syrians paying the price, and his strong reminder to the international community of building a constructive Syria diplomacy to support a political solution. And I believe, as I mentioned in our last meeting, the political track needs to continue for the sake of the Syrian people, and we need to continue to support Geir's effort. I am fully aware that it is easier said than done. My delegation therefore urged all parties, including this Council, to extend their full cooperation with the relevant UN-facilitated efforts led by Special Envoy Pedersen. Now, Mr. President, in today's meeting, I would like to highlight these points. First, a nationwide ceasefire throughout Syria is critical to provide the Syrians with a sustained calm. We welcome the current relative calm in the northwest as the Russian-Turkish ceasefire arrangement largely hold, and we thank all key parties in this regard. However, as mentioned by the Special Envoy, we note the fragility of the situation not only in the northwest but also in various parts of Syria. The relative calm cannot be taken for granted. The risk of an escalation as tension flare need to be immediately addressed. And as Geir mentioned also, there are still constant risks of escalation and thus the need to avoid reversion to all-out fighting. We must not unravel what little progress that we have thus far. And what Geir and his team has been doing, engagement with civil society and women's leaders is applauded. The commitment for a nationwide ceasefire must be respected and preserved, while efforts to prevent the outbreak of COVID-19 are underway. At the same time, we know that it will take more than a nationwide ceasefire to suppress the pandemic. A coordinated effort between all parties, including the government of the Syrian Arab Republic and WHO, is indeed crucial. On the second point, all parties need to preserve the momentum for peace. The fear of an outbreak and its high risk to the community has shifted our attention. However, my delegation believes that while trying to mitigate the COVID-19 outbreak, the work in taking steps closer to a renewed political framework in Syria must continue. Again, we thank the Special Envoy for his continued engagement with all key parties in order to ensure a Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political process based on Resolution 2254. With regard to the Constitutional Committee, we sincerely hope that the preparatory work for the third meeting of the committee in Geneva will also continue, with the support from all members of the committee as well as other key parties. The pandemic must not end the discussion. The third point is an all-out effort to suppress COVID-19 in Syria is needed. The number of positive cases in Syria remain relatively low. However, as mentioned, the risk of a major COVID-19 outbreak in Syria is quite high. The densely populated areas, IDP camps, and collective shelters throughout the country, including detention facilities, are particularly at risk. These vulnerable groups live in cramped conditions where social distancing is not possible and with no adequate health facilities. Humanitarian assistance and access is important. The international community must redouble its support before the impact of the pandemic in Syria spread more widely. We commend efforts that has been done by the government of Syria to address this COVID. Mr. President, my delegation wishes to once again reaffirm its commitment to the sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity of the Syrian Arab Republic as the foundation to advancing the UN-facilitated political process in line with Resolution 2250. In conclusion, my delegation also will not stop to call for cessation of violence and global ceasefire in all parts of the world. In this last week of the Holy Ramadan month, and as we are approaching the Eid al-Fitr, we once again call for peace, harmony, and reconciliation and let the people of Syria enjoy and celebrate Eid al-Fitr with calm and dignity. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Djani. I now give the